Hi, everyone. So let's do an energy check for the weekend ahead. So I'd like to start with a planet dice just to see if there's a specific planet's energy we're meant to work with. And then I'd like to pull one ancestor message because I feel like we're highly protected at this time. So let's see. So we rolled Jupiter, and Jupiter right now is in Cancer, and it is also Cancer season right now. So we'll see what this all means or wants to tell us. But Jupiter in Cancer right now can be about a lot of guesswork. And this is because Jupiter gives us a lot of blessings, but Cancer has us learn from our past. So it's almost a conundrum in the sense that we can't get our blessings from Jupiter until we have solved some of the lessons that we're meant to learn from the past. So maybe cycling back around in certain patterns. But let's get one ancestor message too to see if there are any other energies. So courage popped out. And it's in the color orange. Hopefully you can see that in the video. So this is about your lower chakras. This is about pulling from your courage, your confidence to maybe perhaps if you are cycling through a pattern, if you're needing the courage to confront some kind of a pattern that you're in, some lesson that you're still meant to learn. So this may be the energy of the weekend. I just saw justice at the bottom of the deck, so I like that. That could be that your karmic justice is coming in this weekend. So let's see what the tarot says. I have two tarot decks here that we're going to use to do this energy check. So wow, justice came back out. I love when that happens. Death. Two of Wands. The Star, which I'm going to flip over. Underneath, Five of Pentacles, Six of Wands, 10 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. Wow, what is this? We just said there's a cycle that keeps going around and around. Did we just not say that with Jupiter in Cancer and this Courage card? When I see 3 10s in a row, that's exactly what that tells me. Something needs to come to an end, but it's not. So let's get into it. So underneath the deck, we have Four of Swords. And I feel like the Four of Swords is telling you to go spend time by yourself. The Four of Swords is a very isolated type of energy. Being at the bottom of the deck, it's telling me that this is your advice. So this is just saying to bet on yourself. If we're dealing with another person in your energy, which I can't really tell for sure yet, but we're going to get there. It feels like this is a time to bet on yourself and not continue to bet on anyone else right now, that you are a good bet to take at this time, but it may require you separating yourself from something in order to see it more clearly. So if you're struggling to have clarity on something, the Four of Swords is a really good energy to have because it's really you taking a break, not doing anything, and really listening to your inner thoughts. Those swords are your mental energy. So this is about getting balanced mental energy so you can think more clearly. There's one sword at the bottom underneath this person, and that's the clarity they're searching for. But it has to come up through their subconsciousness in order to get that clarity. So that's a very strong advice coming through for you this weekend, is to isolate yourself enough to be able to get clear in your own thinking mind, maybe to drown out the noise of other people, perhaps for some of you, but certainly so that you can remember that you can bet on yourself, that you always have that answer inside. And so that's, anyway, that is the message coming through right now. So this courage is coming in with the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles means that you feel as though someone around you is outside of your life. This is telling me that you have perhaps distanced yourself from someone, that you have perhaps put a boundary around someone, but there's someone who's outside of your inner energetic circle at this time, but it's requiring your courage, and you already know that. You've already done this because this is your current energy. There's someone around you who it feels like is outside of your circle, is what I want to say. But it required a lot. You had to dig deep in order to do that. So this could be a person that you feel like you've been going around and around in cycles with, that you're finally maybe saying, no, I'm going to close the door on you, at least temporarily, because I need to spend some time on my own to be able to get some clarity on who you are to me, why you're in my life, what the purpose of this is, what the lesson is. But again, that's requiring your courage. We did roll Jupiter, so Jupiter wants to bring your blessings in, but you got to kind of close this cycle out first, is what I'm seeing. So you're being asked to focus on the fact that there is justice coming in this for you, and this will be victorious for you, but you have to do it. You have to kind of put that final, you have to cross the finish line. You have to do that last step. Because when I see 3 10s, this is overkill. This is, you've been here too long. 1 10 is enough, but you have 3 showing up here. So I know that your justice and your blessings with the 6 of Wands, because the 6s often represent our blessings that come in for overcoming a 5 energy, then the 6s come in to balance it out. And that's what justice is. Justice is about balance, and it's about your dedication to a cause is going to pay off with this 6 of Wands. That whatever felt obscure to you about this person or this situation that you've now distanced yourself from, if there were secrets, if it felt mysterious, if you felt they were concealing things from you, this is all going to come to the light when you spend time with yourself and decide to put an end to this cycle. And that's when the justice can really come in. And of course, then your blessings can come in. But with Death and the 10 of Swords as your challenge, this explains everything, because Death and the 10 of Swords are the end. There's no coming back from Death, and there's no coming back from the 10 of Swords, at least not in the same way that you did before. But these are both falling in your challenge position. So there are some limiting beliefs with the Death card that you are still really holding on to. You have a mindset, and it's going to be different for everybody, but you are what you believe. And this Death card in the challenge position is reiterating that to me, that you may feel like you cannot end this cycle. There may be something you don't believe about yourself that's not allowing you to end this cycle. So I'm going to give you a random example so you know what I'm talking about. But this could be that there is a person in your life who you know you need to put on the outside, and perhaps you have marginally put them on the outside, but you're not ready to put a final end to it. You're not ready to stick a fork in this thing, because there's something about you that you feel like you can't do it alone. You can't do something without this person. There's something like that in the energy that's not allowing you to release this. Even though the energy is really saying, wow, you have definitely been here way too long. And I know that's why we rolled Jupiter, to point us to the direction of Cancer, so that you can look at your past and see how many times have you cycled around with this person or situation. This 10 of Swords is really telling me that you're overlooking some important details. So this means to pay close attention to what's going on around you, because there's a 10 of Swords, there's 10 swords in your back, but it seems like you're ignoring that, is what this is saying. There's another message coming through here with the 2 of Wands, which is similar, and this is about a change of plans. And the 2 of Wands is an interesting energy, because it's like, you know that you can put your past behind you, because this person has put this wand behind them, and they're saying, okay, well, there's this new way of doing things right in front of me, and it's much better because I'm holding the world in my hands if I go this way. So there is a message that's telling me that you have done that to some degree. And we know that because we saw the 5 of Pentacles here, that you've already kind of marginally put this situation or person somehow outside of your energy. But then this 10 of Pentacles is saying, yeah, but you haven't quite closed it out yet. That this just continues to grow. You keep deluding yourself into thinking that this is a 10 of Pentacles. And even 10 of Pentacles, you're meant to move on from. You're meant to grow from there. You get your blessings with the 10 of Pentacles, which is a completely different message for a completely different day. The point is, you keep deluding yourself into thinking that this is your person, this is your place, this is your situation, that you need to stay here, which is why you're in this 2 of Wands energy, a really kind of wavering back and forth between saying, I know this is terrible for me, but hold on, there are still some good things here. And those are the limiting beliefs I was picking up on with the Death card, that you don't think you can do this without whoever this person is. But this 10 of Wands is telling me this is your potential outcome here with the Star and the 10 of Wands, that this is just becoming so overwhelming for you and will continue to add overwhelm to you, that there's not really going to be any way out of this cycle until you finally put an end to it. And then your blessings of Jupiter can come in, and we see that here in the focus position of the 6 of Wands, that your blessings are here. You have to put that final push and completely close the door on this person, situation, whatever this is for you. I do like that the final outcome is coming in with the Star, because there is some amount of healing here that obviously, I believe obviously, still needs to be done so that that will allow you to close out the cycle. But the Star is just saying that the universe is on your side. The universe is putting wind in your back and is going to show you what it's going to look like. They'll show you somehow through a dream, through signs. They're going to show you somehow what an actual burden this situation is to you, so that you can finally decide that this wand and this world that we're looking at, this globe that you're holding in your hand, that really truly is the better decision for you. A change of plans is the better decision for you to finally close out this cycle with whatever this person or situation is for you. So let's get a few tarot cards, more tarot cards, to see if there are any other energies that would like to speak up. So with Justice and the 6 of Wands, we have the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is about being inspired, and it's also about your potential. And it's pointing right, or sitting right with this 6 of Wands. This is about your potential. These are your blessings that are just trying so hard to come through, but they can't until you close this cycle. It feels like you're so close to the finish line. It's like your toe is on the finish line, but it's like you're refusing to just step over it. And that is that final thing where you say, I'm not doing this anymore. I have to go be on my own now. Death and the 10 of Swords is with the 8 of Cups. This is about a new direction. The 8 of Cups is about walking away from this, making a change, putting a fork in this, detaching emotionally from this, and walking away. And this is exactly what we're talking about. So I'm really not surprised to see this 8 of Cups here. Then we have the 2 of Wands and the 2 of Pentacles. We have the Page of Swords. And this is about reflection. And that's what the 2 of Wands is. The Page of Swords learns things, reflects on things, thinks about the information, soaks up the information. The Page of Swords is the information sponge. And that's what you are doing right now. That message is very clear, that you're saying, wait a second, is this my 10 of Pentacles or is this my 10 of Swords? And staying here is becoming my 10 of Wands. So you're really reflecting on that. I know you're in an energy where you already see this because you've already marginally put this situation or person out of your energy. And then the Star and the 10 of Wands is coming in with the Queen of Wands. I love that because this is about stick-to-itiveness. The Queen of Wands doesn't quit until he or she gets what she wants. And you are showing up as a Queen of Wands here. And so far, the Page of Swords and the Queen of Wands are our only court cards, and those are both you. You're soaking up information, and I know you're not going to stop until you get what you want, which is probably why you're seeing this reading right now, because you feel so stuck right now. And maybe you feel like you don't have the courage to do this, but guess what? The Queen of Wands is absolutely the best card I could have pulled, because the Queen of Wands is the most courageous card in the deck. The Queen of Wands is the most courageous person in the deck. And that's what you need to get through this, to put an end to this. So I love that you showed up as the Queen of Wands. Gender does not matter. No matter who you are the Queen of Wands in this reading. You're showing up courageously and you're ready to heal from this and put an end to this. But it's just about taking that last final step over the finish line. So there you go. That is your weekend vibes. I would really encourage you to spend some time on your own to get the clarity, get those details that you really need to see in this situation so you can see it for what it truly is. So please let me know how this was resonant for you. Consider subscribing to the channel if you like my vibe, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.